The world's been through a huge transition. The ways we connect and live out our purpose have shifted. Stress and burnout is prevalent, and taking care of oneself seems like a someday thing. Retired Navy SEAL Commander John McCaskill and Dr. Teresa Larson, founder of MovementRx, know all too well the feelings of chaos, stress, and burnout. They've found ways to break through the noise, to create calm in their everyday life, both personally and professionally. Together with their team of support coaches, they have created a 21-day mindfulness experience that puts them side by side with you to help you live more connected with purpose, right here, right now, because that's where life is truly happening.
All right. Hey, the way that just ended, that's where life is truly happening right here, right now. We are rolling with the punches like Rocky Balboa, big time today. John McCaskill here from Colorado Springs. I am broadcasting from underneath my stairs in my house. And we've had some technical difficulties already thus far, but we're going to roll with it. So John McCaskill with Dr. Teresa Larson, and then two of our most recent participants in the 21-day mindfulness experience, Nabi and Shay. And we're going to get into conversation with them here shortly to hear their experience with the experience. But yeah, again, what we're here today to do is to cover what the 21-day mindfulness experience is all about. And it's more than mindfulness as we all normally see it, hear about it. There is the meditation aspect to it, but there's mindfulness in everything that we do. Mindful movement, mindful eating, mindful pauses. And Dr. Teresa Larson there in San Diego is going to get into that here in a second. But we've got the next cohort kicking off at the end of this month, June 30th. We just wrapped up our first cohort, had tremendous success. And again, Nabi and Shay are here to talk about that and how they felt about it. We don't want to tell you our experience just yet, but we want some participants to share how they felt about it. And then we'll be sharing the links on how you can sign up for yourself later. That all said, Dr. T, how you doing?
Doing good. So I am reporting to you from sunny San Diego. I'm in my little breakfast nook here. I felt like it was super bright and a great place to speak to you all today. I feel like I'm in Anchorwoman right now. Y'all heard of San Diego? Anyway, my 11-month-old is out for a walk, not by himself, with someone. So I have the house to myself, and I'm very excited to be able to speak to you all. I know we've got all the Facebook streaming right now too. Your MovementRx, Dr. Teresa Larson, John McCaskill's page. So the Adaptive Strength and Conditioning crew. And yeah, this 21-day mindfulness experience, there's a lot involved with it. There's a lot of healing happening. And Shay and Nabi will be able to share with you in a little bit their experience. But the reason why we started this thing is, the whole point of MovementRx is to give people the knowledge and tools to live a lifetime of emotional and physical freedom. Myself, as a former Marine, now mother and business owner, I need things that I can do right here and now. And actually, everyone does that I talk to. As a healthcare provider, people coming to see me, to friends of mine, to family members, everyone just needs something that they can do to be healthy right now. And oftentimes we feel when there's pain or emotional discomfort that we need to, seeing someone is important, but we need to wait until it becomes a major problem, or we do wait until it becomes a major problem, or we feel like we have to see someone to solve our pain, or there's so much that you can do on your own. So this experience is very comprehensive in a sense that it gives you, the mindfulness is the baseline layer. But with that, you learn how to mindfully eat, mindfully move, how to meditate to create calm neck up and also calm neck down, which is the baseline of how you start to heal before you start adding on all these other layers of resistance training and all these other tools that you can use. You need to learn mindfulness. So, John will be putting in the comments, or at some point we'll be putting in the comments the link so you can kind of read about all the different elements to this. But one of the biggest distinctions is like, in order for someone to truly heal, they need to learn how to be present with what's going on right here and now. It's not that you can't plan for the future or reminisce about the past, but really those things don't exist anymore, right? One's a distant memory or one's a memory and one is there, but we actually don't know what our future holds. Like, we don't know how long we have to live. And really, the people we're with right now, John, Nabi, Shay, these are the most important people right here in front of me right now. And I'm happier when I'm more present to this. I'm happier when I'm more present to my child when I'm in front of him versus being on my phone. And while we all maybe already know that, the actual practice to get there doesn't happen overnight. I love the analogy John uses a lot in our seminars is, you can't expect to go to the gym for 2 weeks and have like raging biceps or like the most amazing physique after going to the gym for 2 weeks. Like, just like with meditation, you can't expect that you're just going to be calmer with one session. Like, it takes practice and it takes implementation. And that's why 21 days, it's the start of building a new habit. And actually the research shows it takes up to 70 days for that to become automatic. So our job is to just get you started and then provide you the support along the way. And, before we speak to Shay and Navi here, is we, like John and I and our team, we're in it with you. Like, that's the beauty of this too, in this remote world we're living in now, to be able to create the connection. Like, we practice this every day. This is a part of our life. Like, before this video just happened, lots of stuff happened in our life. We had to become present to this. But it's like life is happening, and it's really nice when you can be on a journey with someone else, doing the same work, having the same, having conversations that challenge you, doing things that remind you, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. I think I'll do that with my son, or I'll do that with my loved one. That'll make me feel more present, or be more present, or be healthier. Because it takes a village. And to grow a family, to be healthy, right? We don't want to go at it alone. So without further ado, what I want to do is let's have Shay share first about her experience. Welcome, Shay. Maybe share a little bit about yourself and what you got from this 21-day experience.
Hi, so I'm Shay Brine, and I'm here in New Hampshire. It's funny, the two things that you just mentioned, Teresa, that really got me was one, the consistency, and you mentioned the 21 days. And I think because I had done John's program before, which was 60 days, like this really, helped me. It was little pieces. And because they were shorter spouts of our topics, and it's really, the idea for me personally, the experience. So every day knowing that I had a way to settle myself, settle my mind. So it was, being consistent. So there are times when you're feeling rushed, but when you start to do something consecutively, think, oh, I might not make it through the whole thing. But once you just hit play, just hit play and just get started, because it goes by and then you get to hit completed, and it's very satisfying, and it's so good for you. And to your point also, for me personally, the idea of yes, we all have stuff going on, and our bodies are so connected to our heads that there's so much judgment around that. When you really do start to do what in John's meditations, understanding, when you take an internal selfie, when you first hear that, you're like, oh, okay. But when you really think about it, and you're like, geez, sometimes it's like, oh wow, my heart feels really heavy, or my head is really, and what are you worrying about? I have two adult children. They're 22 and 20. And you guys have little ones. I will tell you, I would give anything when they have problems to just pick them up and give them a big hug. Because now so for me personally, now it's a bunch of mind games. So the idea of what John has offered is just being a good listener, sitting, and just, it's not about me, it's about them, and you're just here. And so all these things that both of you contribute, but the body piece as well, because when you feel good and you're taking care of your own body, you're more capable of just being open, because you're okay. So Teresa, all the stuff that you're offering about stretching and all of the things and the strength, once I'm okay, I mean, I'm open to, I can just, you just can embrace more and let go more. It's just a wonderful package what you guys have set up.
Well, thank you, Shay. I just watched this movie called Two Hearts, and it's about, grown boys and children and the things that can happen. And I would suggest anyone watch it. It's a tearjerker, but it is powerful in a sense, and it really does speak to this, what you just shared, like communicating, being in the present with your loved ones, knowing that you can't control their lives, right? Life is like, whether you have little ones or older ones, like families don't even have little ones. You have, it's how can you be present and be strong,
right,
and a good example for the people around you too. And I really liked you, even talking about just taking action, like press the play button.
Yeah,
and
just
even
do it.
John speaks about that. Like, that's the action will create motivation.
Yeah.
So thank you, Navi.
Yeah. Could I just jump in real quick?
Oh, yeah.
That last piece I wanted to hit on is that action creates the motivation. If you're waiting for the motivation to do the action, most of the time it's not going to happen. Most of the time you need to just do it. Just push that play button, whether that's literally the play button on a meditation or the play button in your life, and getting going, getting moving. That will create the endorphins, the dopamine, and then you will get the motivation. So the initial step is what creates the motivation. It's not the other way around. And we always just need to make sure we remember that. And that's built into this program. And I love it. And thanks for bringing that up, Shay.
Yeah. Thank you. Navi, over to you.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Navi Namera, calling from the Bay Area in California. And, the reason why I joined this experience was really because, when I saw it, was just all encompassing. It had the mind and had the body, right? And it had the community, really, which what I wanted, right? Because, I've done meditation for a long time. I've been practicing, but there's always that Monday through Friday thing, right? Weekends, I'm doing something else. I'm too busy doing all this other stuff, and forget that piece of the meditation and working out and eating right and all that. So this challenge allowed me to come in and say, I need the consistency. Yes, it's just 21 days, but it sets that framework, right? It sets that path where you can say, I've done this for 21 days, and now I can do it for another week. I can do it for another week, and it keeps that consistency going. And having the community there as part of your, people to reach out to and talk to and just share those experiences is really worthwhile in itself, right? Especially this day and age where everything is so virtual, and we've been, just confined to our spaces. Being able to reach out to new people, talk to new people, share new experiences creates, that tribe, and creates that community that you need to remain consistent. And I just love that experience, being able to share everything with everyone and learn from them, learn from John, learn from Dr. T, and just keep that going.
Awesome, Navi. Yeah, and we do checkpoints each week with the experience too. So the nice thing is there's a lot of on demand. Most of it's on demand, like people can just watch whenever, right? But there's physical check-ins that John and I do, and daily live little stretching sessions and mobility sessions for people. So if you want to access live, great. But then, there's people that just want pre-recorded. But Navi, you were able to get on a lot of the lives. So what was that like for you to be able to access like an actual PT and talk to a PT and or any of the other coaches that were helping out?
Yeah, for me, that's exactly what I needed, because, I've had 3 back surgeries in the past 8 years, right? And I needed someone that could connect to and talk to and connect the mind and body, right? And I think that's the thing I've been missing for such a long time, is being able to connect it all at once. Yes, I do my workouts, but then my workouts, and then later in the day was meditation. It wasn't, consistently at the same time. So being able to have that and really fuse the two allowed me to just grow and develop that mind-body connection. And so that's really what was, such a benefit to this.
Nice. Navi. Yeah. And it's, that's one thing when I started working with John. So just for people that don't know, I met John actually via LinkedIn because of just doing mindfulness stuff. And mindfulness has been just a healing part of my life. I've actually done mindfulness meditation as part of my own healing, learning how to grieve, learning how to do those powerful pauses, learning how to be a principle in my life, right? Like to take care of myself. And, you know, but I'm a physical therapist by trade, but movement was how I help people heal. And that's my medicine, right? Of give what I can give people. And when John and I started talking, right, being able to tie the meditation in with the movement, with the baseline layer of mindfulness just made sense. And that's why, you know, this program for us is powerful and very impactful. But what we were able to witness with this first group that we took through was that a lot of people got that, was that, wow, okay, it's not just, you know, the meditation is the way to create calm neck up, but also calm neck down. I have less tension, less pain in my body, which means I'm going to be more likely to go do things I love. And there is so much of our emotional and physical struggles that we have that's preventable through just being consistent with putting in the time to create the calm neck up, neck down. So thanks, Navi, for sharing that experience. John, you
One
have
of the
anything
things I do, so we kicked this all off with a seminar. It's Teresa and I are running through movement and the mindfulness piece, and during that seminar we talk about the domino theory. And the domino theory is not ordering a pizza and how quick it's going to get to you, right? It's about it is about knocking over a first domino that's going to make positive or negative changes in your life. And if you knock over a positive domino, let's say for instance in this example, practicing mindfulness, that can help you to ease that tension that Teresa was talking about in your life. Then you're going to get better rest. Now, because you're getting better rest, you may feel better the next day and make better decisions. Now, because you're feeling better the next day, you may feel, hey, you know what? I want to get into the gym. Now, because you're getting into the gym, you're getting better rest and you're meditating. Now you're going to start eating better. And it's just this compounding effect. But this could potentially be your first domino. So it's something that can positively change your life in ways that you would never expect. And we run through, you know, the science of why both the mind and body work together to increase your overall sense of fulfillment, sense of peace, sense of happiness. And those are some of the meditations we run through too. We run through gratitude, equanimity, dealing with pain, dealing with stress. There's a lot of meat in these short meditations, but you can go back and listen to them as many times as you want, right? They're somewhere between 7 and 12 minutes, something like that. And you can go back and listen to them as many times as you want. That literally physiologically starts some rewiring that happens in your brain, and you start to see things quite literally differently in your life. You see more positive, and as you see more positive, you're more grateful. As you're more grateful, you see more positive, and again, another compounding effect there. So there's the positive domino that you're looking to knock over. Maybe this is that first domino to do that. And Dr. T, did you want to go into that seminar a little further, or a little bit more into the experience, what it's made up of?
Yes. Shay, do you want to say something real quick?
I just wanted to add really quickly to what both of you are saying. I just for people that are thinking about joining, I also do personal training, and I haven't done it in a few years, but people store pain in their bodies. So trauma and any type of life experiences. And so what you both are really touching on too, I mean, yes, you can prevent a lot, but I mean, I'm working with people, and if they're like, oh, I can't do squats. And I'm like, okay, so we build up to it, and finally we're doing squats, and all of a sudden tears are coming. And so I started doing I started studying what's going on, and the abuse is in the knees. Like women that were abused, like she stored all of her pain in her knees, and we talked about it and we figured it out. And then all of a sudden she was able to do squats. And so I think to what you guys are both saying is that people who carry personal traumas, this connection that both of you are providing, like, yes, maybe you're taking medication for, like what Navi was talking about, his back pain and back surgeries. A lot of that sometimes, if you can, and obviously that's much more serious. I don't mean to say that, but my point is that people have pain in their bodies, and what you guys are offering It might not be something that you need to medicate. It might be something that you can work through with mindfulness and what Dr. T is offering as far as releasing a lot of that and just feeling better. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thank you, Shay. Yeah, and that's you're so right about that. So pain in the body, there's always a connection, mind to body. So whenever someone comes in with a temporary injury, it could be shoulder pain, knee pain, right? There's still vulnerabilities that people are dealing with because of that. Or, I mean, when you think of the story around the pain, right? Like how someone did get injured, that impacts their ability to handle the pain and how long it lasts, actually. Sure. And the thing is, all of us could experience shoulder pain in the same area, but all because of different reasons, and we'll all experience different amounts of it because of our experience. So the key is that no doctor can ever guarantee that you can be pain-free, even after a back surgery, right? They'd be doing you a disservice if they could, because it really is your brain perceiving a threat in the body. The key is that the research shows that the more you can improve your function in life, by function meaning your ability to have a quality of life, quality movement, quality way of being, the less your brain perceives the threat, right? And so that's the key here. And so when you really think of like this, the baseline layer of mindfulness, it's creating this calm in the body. This ability to create calm in your nervous system, which is your spinal cord, right? Like the central nervous system is brain to spinal cord, and then the peripheral nervous system is, leading into your extremities, and you've got the sympathetic and parasympathetic, right? There's all these things, right? The nervous system is a very important entity of our body, the most important. And instead of jumping just to straight into weight training, right? Or just straight into hours of meditation and talk therapy, it's like, let's just learn to create calm first, right? Like good breath work. How do we move our joints in a way that's healthier? How do we stretch in ways that are healthier? How do we squat to recruit our glutes? So basically kind of like the whole, motto of the SEALs, right? John, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And so that approach is literally creating, so in the nervous system, we're creating this calm, this mindfulness. So when you do go and move, you're more thoughtful. When you do go and eat, you're more mindful about what you eat. When you meditate, you're more present. And there's a huge healing aspect to that. And then in the seminar, so going back to the what you get with this experience is this kickoff seminar, which is recorded. So you don't have to make the time for the specific, we always kick it off around 11 or noon on a particular day. But like, if you can't make that time, no big deal. It's recorded. Everything is recorded. But in that, we speak about this pyramid of physical and emotional freedom. And we talk about the layers of what happens first, then second, then third, then fourth, to create this habit of health, because health is really that habit. But domino effect, that first domino has to start at the base, the bottom, and then you start working your way up. And so in the seminar, it is 90 minutes, 1 hour of content where we go over the science. We kind of get you, give you a heads up of what's next. And then, 30 minutes of just getting to know you and the people that are on. And if you can't make that time, it's live in our private group. So you can always, respond later and we'll get back to you. But each day there's little classes that last 10, 15, sometimes 30 minutes long that you can either watch live or do the recorded after, that teach you about your body, about the food, about the meditations that you're going to be doing. So that's the bulk of it. Check out the link that John put in the comments, because you can there's 8 elements to it. Feel free to reach out with any questions, but if you're someone who needs the start or needs the consistency and accountability, this would be for you. Or, if you know someone that needs it, definitely share, because we've had people in this group already say, I have loved ones that I know need this. Your health impacts everyone else around you. My husband and I, our health impacts each other. So it benefits us to do these things together. So.
Absolutely. And funny enough, you should mention that my wife commented on the Facebook feed that she just had a baby 2.5 weeks ago, and she said that this program may be her first postpartum domino that she needs to knock down. So, good job, babe. I know you're upstairs.
Hey, Becca.
But yeah, again, it does. It's that tribe, whether it's the tribe right here with the four of us, and then the 60 or so people that are part of the Facebook group, or whether it's the tribe that's right there in your home supporting you going through this. That is so important, and it definitely does help to have that support. So I love some of the comments that we're seeing here in the chat. Again, I just highlighted my wife's one. I did not bribe her to say that, but we've also had Brent Bateman, who was a participant both in this and the Deliberate Discomfort Challenge. But Brent, he says, absolutely game changing. And then Sarah Marie Baumgartner, also another participant in this first cohort. So much research and science to support what you were saying, Shay. So again, it's great to have the tribe commenting on this live session right here. It's pretty awesome to see the participants from the first cohort again. Yeah, that's all I've got. Hey, Teresa, you want to wrap up with what the participants in the next cohort will be getting and some of the Be Awesome stuff?
Oh, yes. So, well, first is Navi or Shay, do you have anything else that you would like to share about your experience?
Go ahead, Navi.
Just if you're on the fence, just do it. Just hit that play button. Just go for it, and you're not going to regret it. It's a great experience. You make a great community, and I highly encourage it.
I would say the exact same. It's just absolutely worth it. If you can get involved with this community, you are one of the luckiest people. It doesn't make sense not to do it. It's absolutely so valuable, and especially at this time. I mean, the world is crazy, and this is the best to just settle your mind to exactly what you're saying. Talk about having calmness and being present, and everyone around you benefits from it. I mean, you think you're stealing time for your family, but it's so worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So I would absolutely hit play. Just do it.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Shay. Well, we have speaking of just doing it, Joshua Peach, who is part of our group, he is actually, so he runs Be Awesome, which is come to find out, there's a whole thing like behind Be Awesome. There's podcasts. He does keynotes about Be Awesome. He's got t-shirts. So everyone that signs up for this next group gets a Be Awesome shirt, and it also has a spine on the back, because nobody in this group is spineless. Spine is so awesome. And then the other thing that people get is also a journal, a digital journal that they can print too, if they want. So there's a journal, there's Be Awesome shirts, plus this 21-day experience, all for the price of $97, which is just a drop in the bucket. So we challenge you to come on board, work with us, work with our team, and everything is possible for you. You are infinite possibility, actually, as Deepak Chopra would say.
That's right.
And if you really want to learn what that feels like, then jump on board. And thank you, Shay and Nabi. They just popped off, but they were BAs on this.
Absolutely. And again, the links right here in the chat and also in the captions. Go ahead, sign up. You're gonna love it. You won't regret it. And thanks for your time today, Shay, Nabi, Dr. T. Always a pleasure. And that's all I've got from my end. All right.
Let's keep it going.
All
Thanks,
right.
John.
Take
Bye,
care.
everyone.